everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Praise. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you guys are doing well and that you're having a wonderful day. I am sitting here this afternoon. It's probably after 4 p.m. And I'm trying to film a few of these videos. This is still August 12th, and they will go up probably not until after, probably closer to the 20th of this month, because I have a few that are already ready to go. And I'm not having coffee now. I just finished my coffee earlier. I had my second cup and it lasted me all day, so it's time for water. And I'm going to answer another question off of the Chronic Joy Story Matters questions. Now, the last two were, what is your typical day like? And what was your life like before chronic illness? And today's question is, how are you different today? So like I've said earlier in the previous video, I've been, writing those in this journal here. And this is this layout here for this one. And so I still have to do the next one. So I'm barely on August 5th writing in here because I've been backdating because I just haven't had the time to do them. I've been doing my morning pages every day for the most part. I don't get through all 3 pages sometimes, but I'm getting there. And I'm hoping that I'll probably finish that notebook before the end of the month, maybe at the end of the month. So as soon as I start the new one, I'm going to start going through the Artist's Way, which is where I heard about the morning pages. Well, they were on some videos, but it was something that they had read in the Artist's Way book or had heard from the author. So I will go through that. It's a 12-week program. So I'll probably just do a once a week video for that one. So I hope that you'll join me for that. And if you've done or read the Artist's Way or do morning pages, let me know in the comments below. All right, so now let's get to the question. How are you different today? Going through the last two questions, especially the one about before chronic illness, I realized a lot of things about how I dealt with things in the past and how I deal with things now. Some things are still very similar because there's some habits that are very hard to break. But the one thing I'd say within the last couple of years that has really changed for me is awareness. So today I would say I'm more aware of what my body can deal with. The struggle with fatigue is brutal. I mean, that's still probably one of the hardest things, and the pain. And I still push myself more than I should, but now I'm aware of it. And hopefully, because of the awareness, I can start to change those things. And something because of the years of dealing with this, and I will say the last 10 years, because that's when I was diagnosed with the beginnings of the chronic illness stuff, because even though they were happening before, I was never diagnosed with them, except for high blood pressure when I was 20. So everything just keeps getting harder because these things just eat away at you and eat away at you and eat away at you. And if you're anything like me, you ignore it and ignore it and ignore it. Don't take care of it. Don't do the things that you should do. And it just gets worse because you're doing the things that you think you should do, which there are some things we do need to do. I get that part, but I didn't take the time to get to know my body, to rest, to take care of myself, because I was doing all the other things that, were pleasing to someone else or just society as a whole, or even to me, because I wanted to be normal. I wanted to get everything done and be able to be so productive. I don't know. It was just over the top a lot of times. Now, one thing that I can say, and this is of course gotten a lot worse, I would say maybe over the last 2 years since my mom passed away, but I have lost a lot, maybe not a lot, but some of the joy that I had in life and the patience for things, for people, for situations, because, and it's like I get irritable a little bit faster than I used to. And I know that comes with age, that comes with changes in our body, and I think just the time that this chronic illness and how it's worsened over time. And with the grief and the stress together, it has really taken a toll on my mind and my body and my heart and everything. And like I've said before, I ignore things. I put them to the side. I don't deal with them. So they just worsen. And I'm trying to learn how to deal with things. I am not one who deals well with emotion. So I have to try to pretend everything is okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to deal with that. And so it just stays really heavy inside. And I have to say too, is one thing that may be different today, and this has been and more recent, maybe in this last few months. I'm a bit more determined today to make changes to better my health and life overall. I've been determined to do more research, to learn how to be a better advocate for my health, to ask the questions I need to ask, to start taking notice of how my body's reacting to things. Because most of the time I would just do it anyway, because if it was like food that hurt my stomach or whatever, I would have to eat it anyway because that's what I had. And that was just easy, to keep that same habit going. And just things like that, things that just ignoring what was going on it's just easier than dealing with it. It's easier than talking about it. It's easier than facing it. But it's not really. It's just something that I tell myself, because then that means I have to speak about it out loud, and it becomes real, even though it is already real. But it seems like it's kind of like now it's in neon lights, neon sign blaring, this is real, this is real. And now what? Now you have to deal with it and just take steps to take better care of yourself. And so I'm determined to figure out what that is, what those steps are. I mean, I know some of them already. It's just getting myself to do them. So that's where like my planners come in, where I've shared a few videos that have probably been posted before this one. So, I'm just kind of trying to do things for myself to make things a little bit easier. So like today's the 12th, like I said, so this is my planner for today, and I have on there, I'm supposed to be checking my blood pressure every day, checking my sugars. I have my drinking water, walking, reading the Bible, and then today's our last week of In His Image study, so I have to read the last 2 chapters, and then I have just to film and edit some videos. So I have edited some, I have some uploaded that will go live soon, and to do my SOAP study, which is Scripture, Observation, Application, and Prayer, and that's with Love God Greatly online group. They have a website, and then we have some small groups on Facebook, and I believe they have a community group on Facebook. And that's what I have for today, because tomorrow me and my husband will be taking my dad's truck for an oil change out in Albuquerque, and we may have a 3 to 5 hour wait. So I'll be taking my tote bag full of books and fun stuff to do, probably journaling, my phone to make sure that watch the videos or whatever do, so we can have some time, because I'm not sure where exactly we're going to be at, and I like what's around us anyway, that's close enough to walk to, so we shall see how that goes. But that is all for that question, and I will be back with question number 4 soon. So if you want to share how you're different today after, if you deal with chronic illness of any kind, physical, mental, or even just as opposed to a year ago, what have you changed, and what things are you noticing about yourself that you might need to do some work on. And if you have already started that work, share that in the comments below. I'd love to learn new ways of doing things that might make things easier, or just, build better habits. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and I hope that you have a blessed afternoon. God bless you. See you in the next one. Bye.